Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to a very self-indulgent video. Today I want to talk about Barbie playsets, which is wildly out of character for me. If you've been here for any amount of time, you've probably heard me say that I'm not really a big fan of playsets. To be fair, part of that is like a space issue because up until we moved into the house, I definitely did not have room to really buy playsets. Like I just didn't have the space for it. I do have a bigger room now, so like maybe that'll change. But also I just tend to not be super interested in a lot of playsets that come out. Like they're just not something that I really feel attached to, but I still want to talk about playsets today. So the way that this came about, sorry, I'm going to go on like a little personal tangent here. I had a dream the other night where I was in my childhood bedroom and I was like an adult, but inexplicably, I guess, I don't know, dreams don't make sense. If you were going to put sense to it, I guess you would call it time travel. All of my childhood things were there. And so I was trying to figure out what I wanted to bring back to like my adult life. And in the dream, I was very fixated on this Barbie playset. It was a like shower and bath combo playset, and spoiler alert, it doesn't actually exist. Like that was just completely a figment of my imagination, at least the specific one that I was dreaming of, which was a very big disappointment to wake up to. But because I had dreamed about it, I woke up and I looked at all of the Barbie bath and shower playsets, and then I got curious and looked at all of the Barbie playsets. And I just was so enamored with so many of them, especially the older ones, because to no one's surprise, much like I feel about actual Barbie dolls, I do feel like they have decreased in quality over the years. Still hoping for a Barbie comeback. But like some of these playsets are so fun and so exciting. And it was not enough simply for me to look through these and enjoy them myself or even to talk about them with people in my life. I have to make a video about it because that's just how I am. Like I like to talk about things 7 or 8 times over. And I know that gets somewhat irritating for the people in my life. Like I'm willing to admit that I'm kind of annoying. But like if I'm excited about something like these play sets, I want to tell Tony, I want to tell my husband, I want to tell my friends, I want to tell my family. Like I want to have this conversation as many times as humanly possible. And so one of those times is going to be making this video. Again, it's extremely self-indulgent. This isn't like a top 10 list or a ranking video or anything that's like even remotely structured. I didn't even need an excuse. I just wanted to come on here and talk about a bunch of playsets from Barbie that I think are really cute. So that's what we're doing today. Hopefully it will be fun for some of y'all. Again, like kind of pointless, but hopefully it will be pointless in a fun way. So if you do find yourself enjoying, if you could like, comment, subscribe, all of that typical stuff. I also do have my Amazon wishlist and PO box in the description if you really want to go out of your way to support me. But also, full disclosure, this is my second time filming this video because the first time my microphone picked up absolutely no audio, and that's not really much of a video if you can't hear anything that I'm saying. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. And for me, talk about these for the second time today. So maybe I'll finally get it out of my system. Okay, so as I said, these aren't like a top 10. This is not in any particular order. This is just kind of the order that I discovered these playsets in. So we are starting off with the Barbie Bubble Bath playset from 1981 because, like I said, I was going through the like bath playsets first. So this was the first one that caught my eye. I just think this is really cute. What I personally like is the scenery that's painted onto the like faux windows. I just think that's really precious. The idea that she's taken this luxurious little bubble bath with this beautiful view outside, but also there is like this fun actual bath gimmick with it where you can actually do the bubbles. It says that the hand shower really works. Like there's a little tube and it's kind of one of those like removable shower head situations that you could use to target specific areas. Like if you want to just wash your hair and not get like your shoulder over here all wet, you could like bend over. I don't know. I'm being silly at this point. But I just thought this was really cute. Like something about this was deeply appealing to me. And while it is not the bath of my dreams, it is still really fun. Alrighty, this next one is currently available at Target. So it's definitely newer than most of the listings, or like listings is a weird word to choose. Most of the entries on this list. And there also have been several kind of iterations of this, but I just thought this one was cute for some reason. It's a Barbie supermarket playset. Something about the concept of a supermarket playset is inherently quite cute to me. I like this one in particular. It's got like the mini shopping cart, which is really adorable. It's got like the little produce station with the weighing thing where you can like weigh your produce so you know how much you have to pay for it. There's obviously the checkout with like a little sliding thingamabobber. Yeah, that's I guess the word we're going with. But to kind of mimic like the conveyor belt, I just like it a lot. It's funny because I do love miniatures, even though I don't typically like play sets, which those two statements are at odds with each other. I am aware of that. I am one big fat walking contradiction, so that is kind of on brand for me. There's just something about this that I think is really cute and really wholesome, and I honestly feel that way about all of the Barbie supermarket playsets there have been. Like, I picked this one because I did think it was cute, but I could say that about all of them, and there have been so many. I just think this is a fun concept, I guess. This next one is also newer. It's currently available on Amazon, so there is that. This is the Barbie Careers playset, the Fast Cast Clinic. Now, unlike supermarket playsets that inherently have some sort of charm to me, I'm not usually the biggest fan of doctor playsets, partially just because I think that for me personally, going to the doctor brings me such an overwhelming amount of anxiety that, like, I don't want a miniature doctor set, right? Like, I don't want to think about that. Nothing against doctors. Like, obviously, they do very important work, but like, I hate going to the doctor. I hate it so much. Like, not like the dentist. Like, the dentist is a genuine fear. Like, I am afraid at the dentist. Going to the doctor is mostly just like frustrating and anxiety inducing. But that's not the point of this video whatsoever. This specific doctor playset I think is really cute because it comes with Play-Doh and little cast molds, so you can mold casts like to your Barbie's arm, and it comes with like stickers and stuff that you can put on there. And I just think that is a genuinely creative and fun concept. Like, it's not just all play pretend where you just have these little pieces or like a plastic cast you can put on. Like, the fact that you can mold it makes it so much more interactive and so much fun. And also because it's Play-Doh, like, you could let it dry and like put the stickers on there if you wanted. You also could probably just put the stickers on there when it's not completely dry. But if you just do it and then you want to put it away so you can play again later, you can reuse the Play-Doh over and over and over again until like it inevitably dries out. Because even if you take care of Play-Doh, for some reason it just dries out. But I think that's such a cute concept. It's such like a fun twist on the typical Dr. Playset, and I think this is like really a like rare case of extreme ingenuity in current Barbie playsets. That sounds really mean. Those were too intensive words for what I was feeling. But you know, like, I feel like a lot of Barbie things now are kind of low effort, but this one feels like actually creative and actually fun, and I like it a lot. Oh my god. I love this one. Okay, we're starting to get into older playsets now. This is from 2001. This is the Barbie Pizza Hut restaurant playset. There is just something so funny to me about branded Barbie playsets, which again is a contradiction because I very vividly remember being super young, like elementary school young, and hating branding on clothing specifically. I know I had beef with Old Navy because I didn't like the idea of having Old Navy written on my shirt because I felt like my parents were paying for something and then I was advertising. Like, they were paying so that I could advertise for Old Navy. That's how it felt. So in my day-to-day life, I'm not necessarily into super branded items. I still don't really like clothing items or accessories that are branded. Like, a lot of designer items, the whole design is the logo, and I frankly think that's stupid because, like, you're paying so much money for something that is not necessarily as high quality as you might be expecting for the price tag and like the designer label, and you're just wearing a logo. If that's your cup of tea, that's you. Like, you can do whatever makes you happy as long as you're not hurting other people, right? But for me personally, I just don't like it. However, when it comes to Barbie, right out the window. I love it. I eat that shit up. I have the Barbie Kitty Fun doll that like came with a little cat, and it also came with a little cardboard box that looks like fresh step litter. And that is just so comical to me. Like, I don't know what it is, but there is something so inherently funny about this being not just a Barbie pizza playset, because there are those too, but specifically a Barbie Pizza Hut playset. Like, it goes from just being, yeah, there's like, you know, this playset that I don't really care about, to being genuinely hilarious to me for absolutely no reason. I don't know, like, there's a table, there's, you know, like the cash register area with like little pizzas and stuff. But the fact that the Pizza Hut logo is slapped on there makes it 10 times better. And I like it sounds very capitalism core to be like, yeah, put more logos on things. And normally I would not be into that. But I just think this is the kind of thing that we should bring back, honestly. I think this stuff is so funny when it's like branded collaborations. I don't know why, it just cracks me up and I love it. Ooh, okay. Okay. This one genuinely might be one of my favorite ones in the whole video. Like, there's a couple on here that really hit hard, and this is one of them because it's just so different. This is the Barbie So Much to Do post office playset from 1995. We are going to get into, I think, one other So Much to Do playset because it was like a whole line that they did. But this post office playset just tickles me in the best way. First of all, I love that it's a whole like pink post office. It's very Barbie core. I think it's like quite cute. But I think what I like about this is that it's just so mundane. Maybe nowadays people don't as frequently go to the post office, but like, 1995, I feel like it might have been a more common activity back then. I just love the idea that it's such like it's a chore essentially. Like you're like, "Oh, I need to mail this package or mail this letter. I have to stop by the post office." But somehow you turn that into a doll thing and it just feels so quaint and wholesome and cute. I just love it so much. There's letters and like a whole line with the ropes. There's a mail cart and a mailbox. I don't know why that was the hardest word to think of. I just love literally every single thing about this. Again, it just feels so mundane and it's something that I personally have never seen another doll brand do. Like there are some types of play sets, like we're going to be talking about pool play sets later, because spoiler alert, I like several pools. But almost every doll brand has done some form of like a pool or a beach type play set, right? Like that's such a common thing for doll brands to do. And that's not like saying that's a terrible thing, because I think a lot of those are cute, obviously. But there's something so fun about this being the type of playset that is not a typical playset. Like it's not something that is done over and over and over again. That is just so precious to me, and I am genuinely in love with this concept. I don't know if I would buy it just because even though I have more space now, I still have a finite amount of space, right? So like I still want to try to manage it well. If I had infinite space, I would buy this in a heartbeat because there's just something so wonderful about it and I adore it. And I probably will be gushing about this specific playset for many, many days to come, much at the, annoyance of my friends and family. Sorry, guys. Okay, so the next one is the Barbie Outdoor Fun Camp playset. It's from 1993, and Barbie has done several camping playsets, but this one specifically just caught my eye. I don't know, I feel like it has a lot of accessories, like the little fire pit and the tree stump and like the lantern and everything. But what really gets me is the tent. I feel like the tent is really cute. It's obviously bright pink because, again, very Barbie core. But it's super, super fun because the top panel of the tent isn't like the same as the rest of it, and it reacts to UV light. So if you put the tent in the sun, it shows up with like a star pattern, which is kind of ironic that you would have to put the tent in the sun or like under some sort of UV light to make the stars appear. Like, kind of counterintuitive, but I just think it's so fun that it has that changing aspect so you can pretend that your Barbies are stargazing. It's really, really cute to me, and I feel like it's a really fun spin on the camping idea, and I just, good for them. Good for this for existing. Same could very much be said for this next one. This is just so goofy. This is the 1987 Barbie TV game show set, which again, it's so much like the post office. Like it's so random. Who came up with this? I don't know who, but I'm so glad that they did. Like, this is just funny, right? Because again, it's not something that you see from every single doll brand. It is literally a game show with like a functioning scorekeeper and like a little camera that comes out to film the Barbies that are playing as the contestants. There's like a stand for the host to stand up. It is so just wacky. It's so random that this is like a whole play set. It's just genuinely funny to me, and I love how different it is. I think it's really cool with some of these older Barbie playsets that they were really making playsets out of genuinely anything. Like, I'm not even covering half of the playsets that exist in the Barbie universe. I just love how random some of these are and how like specific some of these are. And something about it is just really like extra and wholesome to me. This is definitely not something that I would ever purchase just because this is not my specific cup of tea. Like I'm not really a game show person. But once again, I'm just glad that it exists. Like I just appreciate the fact that this was an idea and that it got put into production. I think it's funny. Okay, we have our first pool entry. There are going to be a few on here. I during my first time filming this video, I was like, oh, I don't know why I like pools so much. And then I was like, you dumb dumb, you love water. Like I love swimming. I love baths, even just being in the shower or like standing outside in the rain. I love the water so much. It just is very comforting to me. It's very like soothing and calming. So no kidding, I love pool play sets. Like, of course I love pool play sets. It's so funny to me that it took me sitting down and filming a video to realize that. Like, I never connected that in my head. Anyway, though, tangent that I probably didn't need to go on, but this is a self-indulgent video, so we're going off on as many tangents as I want. Anyway, this is the Barbie Tropical Pool and Patio playset from 1986, and I love it. I think this is really cute. I do think sometimes it's fun when stuff is extra pink in the Barbie world because it's Barbie, but I like this one because the pink is a little bit more muted. It very genuinely feels like a pool that someone just like shrunk down with a little shrink ray to make for their Barbies. It comes with this whole like setup where it's got the slide, but also the deck and like this fencing kind of situation, a couple of extra chairs. Like it's just a whole set. You know, like some pools are like, bam, here's just the pool. Modern Barbie pools, a lot of modern Barbie pools are just like, "Mwah, here's the pool, here's like a slide, here's like, you know, a couple little things." This is a whole shebang, and I love it. Okay. I love this so much. Like, I just think this is so funny. This is the other entry from the So Much To Do line. And again, they had so many. There was like kitchen sets and living room sets. Like, there were a lot of like play sets from the So Much To Do line. But this is the laundry play set from 1995. I don't know why I love this. Like, I can't explain it to you because in my real life, laundry is like a chore, you know? It's not like it's fine. It's not something that I despise doing, but I don't love it, you know? Like it's like, oh yeah, I have to do this so that I can wear this shirt again, right? Or like so that I can just put clothing on my body so I don't get arrested when I go to the store. But you shrink it down and you make it Barbie, and somehow it's just so cute. It comes with a little mini washer and dryer and like a laundry basket and ironing board and everything. I just love it. I think there's something to be said for taking an everyday task and turning it into a playset and turning it into something fun because obviously like vacation play sets, like beach volleyball play sets, or like red carpet play sets is fun, you know, considering these are designed for kids, for them to have more imaginative play, more something that like they're not likely experiencing. But I also think it's really, really cute to have these day to day play sets where it's like, depending on their age, they might be helping with the laundry or they might be watching their parents do the laundry. And I think it's really cute the idea that they can play that out. And like, it is miniature. Maybe I like it more because it's just a mini version of something that I have to deal with in my like weekly life. But there's just something so randomly wholesome about it and just so cute. And I do think they come with some branded products. Like I think some of the laundry detergent might be branded. It's very hard to tell from this image, but it might be. And that's another thing that I obviously just think is really fun and funky. I don't know. There's just something unnecessarily adorable about this very everyday task turned into a Barbie playset, and I'm 10,000% here for it. Okay, this one is slightly newer. I didn't write down a year because why would I ever do my job right? But this kind of reminds me of the game show one. This is the Barbie I Can Be a TV Chef playset. And again, it's just weirdly like funny and weirdly creative to me because there are so many Barbie kitchen play sets and chef play sets. And this one is like, nah, let's take that up a level. It's not just a chef, it's a TV chef. So you get all the typical things where you have like the tiny foods and there's like a little stand mixer and a little fridge with compartments inside, but also there's hanging lights and a little camera because she's not just cooking, she's on a cooking show. And I love it. Part of this might be like catering to me specifically because my dad was a chef, and so as a child I did watch an inordinate amount of Food Network shows. Like Food Network was constantly on in my house, and even as an adult when I would go over and visit my family, he almost always had Food Network on. Like that was just a constant presence. So maybe that's like appealing to me because this is very much like pretend your Barbie is on Food Network. I just think it's really cute and funny, and I appreciate the fact that they took a concept that has been done so many times, like the kitchen thing, and they made it a little bit more creative and a little bit more different by adding the TV aspect. I don't know, I just like it. We have another pool to talk about because I will never stop. This is the Barbie fountain pool playset with a real working fountain from 1993. I want this. I want this badly, actually. This is so stupidly cute. I like a couple things about this. First of all, the working fountain. Love that. It looks like it lights up, which we also love to see. I like the depth of the pool. I think that's my favorite part because a lot of Barbie pools are quite shallow. Like it's just like very minimal water that you can put in there. This is a lot of water. Like this is a full, proper pool. And I really, really like it. It also does have that sort of deck area. There's still a slide and everything. I feel like this has to be enormous, but I love that for this design. Like I just, I'm itching. I'm itching to get my little fingers on this, my grubby little hands, which is so comical because like I like the pool play sets. I don't have that many dolls that wear swimsuits. Like I don't have that many swimsuit dolls. And I don't find myself necessarily particularly drawn to swimsuit dolls. I don't hate them, but like they're not my favorite type of doll. But I really love this playset and I absolutely would buy it in a heartbeat. It's just something about it's real cute. And the next one is also a pool playset. This is the last one, I promise. And this is one that I do own. So like I have talked about it on the channel, but I'm here to gush about it again because I can. And I would show you in person, but I don't have the playset set up just yet. I did feature it in, I think it was a doll haul video, and this was just like part of that. But it is the Barbie Fabulous Fountain Pool playset from 1999. I had this as a kid. I loved it dearly as a child, and I did buy it again as an adult because that's how much I loved it. Part of it is the pool itself, because instead of being a hard plastic, it's actually like a malleable plastic with a rim that inflates. And something about that texture and like the inflatable aspect just like is so good. Like I just love it so much. But also there is like kind of fountain aspect. It is like a reservoir and you can like tilt it and make little streams of water pour down on Barbie as she goes down the slide. I don't know why this is just so stupidly cute to me. I just love genuinely every single thing about it. I mean, I owned it twice. Like that's how much I love this thing. And so that's why even though this isn't a newly discovered by me playset, like all of these for the most part are ones that I either am just remembering exist or like I'm seeing for the first time. But I still had to include this in the video because I just think it's so cute. Like I just love it so much. It's one of very few playsets that I currently own. And I'll never stop singing the praises of this playset. Like this one is absolutely top tier to me. Next up, we've got the 1986 Barbie Picnic Barbecue playset. This is another one where like Barbie has done several renditions of this, and I think they're all cute, but this one specifically I just think is like the cutest for some reason. I think it's really wholesome. There's a little grill and fake food. There's fake glasses, and in this one in particular, they are just like clear glasses, which makes it feel more real. Because sometimes they'll do like, oh yeah, here's a pink little cup, and like that can be real too. Obviously pink cups exist, but something about like the little miniature clear glass just feels more realistic to me, and I just really like it. It comes with a couple of fold out chairs, but also a proper picnic bench where like the benches are connected to the table like you'd see in a park. I just think it's really, really cute. It feels very wholesome. It feels very like going to the park with your family and having a little cookout. I don't know. I feel like this is so wholesome and so cute, and I love it a lot. We are almost done, I promise. Like I'm almost finished ranting here. This is another one where I didn't write the year down. Sorry. But it is the Barbie Dream Store playset. And I just really like this. I feel like this is a slightly more common type of playset where it's like a fashion store setting. But something about this one is so much better than the others. And I think it's the display cases. I don't know that this is the only like doll display case you can get. And that's silly. There's definitely other playsets that have this sort of vibe. But something about this one is just really, really cute to me. It looks like it comes with a bunch of extra fashions and little accessories. It's got the display cases, but also the tiny mirrors and like little things where you can hang the jewelry on, or like plastic busts where you can put on scarves or sunglasses on them for display. And I just love this. And I honestly wish we could see this with more doll brands today, like this specific type of playset, because I feel like it's a really, really adorable way to store extra clothing that you might have, or to get almost a fashion pack. Like it could come with a bunch of fashion and accessories so that you don't have to buy a whole doll to get new clothes. And again, like you could store, you could display your extra pieces with this instead of like I have mine just in a little tote container. But I like the idea of being able to have this store display so you can put up the clothing that your dolls aren't currently wearing and still like have it be a part of your collection and part of your display in sort of an active manner. I just really love this concept, and I think this particular rendition of this concept is really cute, and I want it immediately. Like I want Monster High to come out with one of these. I think that'd be so cute if it came with an outfit for like, maybe it came with 3 outfits, one for Frankie, Draculaura, and Claudine, and then you could like obviously put other stuff on there. I just love it. I think it's so cute. I have an eyelash in my eye, but we're still going. This one is the Barbie Kelly Secrets Clubhouse toy. This one is actually for Kelly, which is now Chelsea. I don't know. I don't know why they did that, but I just think this is really cute. Something about this is very appealing to me. It's like a whole treehouse playset, and I think it's absolutely adorable. It looks like it comes with tons of pieces, which is something that I super appreciate, because it's like, it makes it feel more real. You know, I feel like especially like Barbie houses, I think part of the reason that I don't really get into, or even just any doll houses in general, is because if you were to fill them with every single thing necessary to make them feel fully alive, they'd be so expensive. So companies don't, and I understand why, but like I love the idea of a fully, really fleshed out house with thousands of pieces to it. You know, like I just think that's fun. Not realistic at all, but it's fun, right? And I like the idea that this has so many things to it where there's the treehouse, there's like a little table and the cups and stuff. It looks like on the table, there's a little pet, there's a swing, there's a secret slide. I don't really know where that is, but it exists apparently, according to the box advertisement. And I just think it's really cute because it feels genuinely like a little encapsulated piece of Kelly's world. And I think it just feels more fleshed out than a lot of playsets, and I really appreciate that. And then the last one is also a Kelly playset. This is the 2000 Kelly Playland playset. That was a very simplistic name, and I feel like it was repeating a lot of words there. I just think this is adorable, and I did have this as a kid, which is so funny because I didn't remember up until making this video. Like, I genuinely had no memory of this until I saw this picture and was like, oh my god, I owned that. And it was really, really cute. I feel like this is just such a high quality piece. Specifically, for some reason, the net, like the net ladder, is what stood out in my head. I don't know why. On the, I don't know my left and right. Okay, on the right, there's a slide, but then on the left, you can't really tell with this image of the like box cover, but there's another like slide type play thing, but it's got little rollers on it, and they really roll, so you could like roll the doll down them. And I just think it's weirdly detailed again and super, super cute. I appreciate like all the crazy bright colors. It just genuinely feels like a playground that you would take your kids to, or like as a kid that you would be taken to. And I just adore the idea of being able to like go to the park and then also come home and have your Kellys play at the park. Or if it's like raining and you can't go outside and play on the playground, you could like have your dolls do it. I don't know. There's just something really wholesome. Maybe that's the nostalgia blindness kicking in here, because this is so the antithesis of everything that I'm typically into. This whole video is an antithesis because I don't usually like play sets, but I also don't like little sibling dolls. Like I don't tend to like little kid dolls, but I had this when I was a kid, so I'm probably just like thinking of it and remembering that and remembering enjoying it. But I still think this is really cute for people who are into those types of dolls. Like, this is a top tier playset, and I love it. But yes, that is finally everything for you guys for the first time, but for me, for the second time. I feel like it says a lot that I could film this video technically twice back to back and still be just as excited to look at these playsets. Like, some of these were so good. And again, they're not, most of them aren't things that I would buy. I would buy the pools. I would buy all the pools. But most of them aren't things that I would actually buy and want to add to my collection. But I just really appreciate that they exist. You know, like I've said this before on the channel in some context or another, where I understand I can't own everything that I might ever want because I simply do not have unlimited space or unlimited funds. And sometimes it's enough to just know that something is out there in the world and that other people are enjoying it, and that I can like look at pictures of it and enjoy it that way. And that's how I feel about so many of these playsets, where it's just, even if I wouldn't want to have it, I think they're so fun and so creative and just so kooky in some cases. And I'm so glad that they were produced and that these are like things that existed and currently exist in the world. I'm feeling happy about these things today. But yeah, hopefully I wasn't the only one. Hopefully you guys had some enjoyment out of that. Depending on your age, maybe you are like discovering a lot of these for the first time, like I was. And you're like, oh, I never even knew this existed. Or maybe you had it as a kid, or like you remember buying it when you were younger, or like remember it coming out, you know? And hopefully there was like some enjoyment to be had there, regardless of where you fall on that spectrum. I don't know. I had fun, so I'm just really, really hoping you guys did too. But I've talked enough for today, so I'm going to go ahead and zip it and let y'all go. But I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night, whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.